Hari. My name is Prathama Kulkarni. I would be narrating two of my experience of last 2 years. Firstly, I'm working as a senior software engineer in Wipro Technologies, and I would be explaining my experience of my career. In 2022, in the COVID times, when people were losing their jobs, everybody were in tense situation. I got an opportunity from my organization to appear for 3 certifications in the span of around just 2 to 3 months. Earlier, we used to give the exam, submit our passing certificate to our organization, and then the money would be reimbursed. But here we got vouchers from the company itself, and by Bapu's grace, I was able to complete all of my 3 certifications. Post this, I was included in my L1 panel to take interviews as well. Parallelly, I started applying for jobs and giving interviews. And in December 2022, I got a call from Accenture company that my resume is shortlisted and my L1 round will be scheduled soon. I was able to complete all my 3 rounds, and I got a call from HR in around February 2021 that I have been selected in Accenture. I got a promotion in the Accenture company as well, and I was expecting around 30 to 40% of hike, which generally IT companies give, but to my surprise, I got a hike of about 80% in the new company. This was only and only because of Motiai and my dad. Immediately I gave my resignation in Wipro, and around 2 to 3 weeks I did a home test and I got to know that I am pregnant. So I was happy, but again there was one thing in my mind that joining a new company and then going on a maternity leave in the span of about just 2 to 3 months. So that was a risky situation for me. I was tensed a bit, but then I was sure that my dad is with me. Whatever happens will be the best for me. Wipro wasn't answering or wasn't approaching me at all. So I thought, okay, they are not expecting that I should stay back in Wipro and I would be joining Accenture only. But in May 2021, I got a call from my manager's manager that they want me to stay back, and again there was a surprise that they were happy to give me the same hike which Accenture was giving me. Again, this is not something which an IT company would easily do to any of the employee, even though you have an experience of 9 to 10 years in the same company. So I accepted the offer because staying in Wipro was easier for me. If I have a child, Wipro was very near to my home where I stay now, whereas Accenture is far away. So I accepted the offer of the Wipro which was giving me. They also gave me a promotion in Wipro company, and I continued there. I was planning to go on maternity leave from November 2021, and just before going on the leave, 10 to 15 days, I again got an email from my manager that for my performance, they are giving me a bonus as well as an hike, which was around 10 to 20% more. So just in a span of 7 to 8 months, I got a hike of about 100% being into the same company, which ideally is not at all possible in an IT industry. So this was something related to my career. Parallelly, as I said, I was on maternity leave. I was expecting. In the first and second trimester, I would admit that I wasn't regular in practicing yoga or for work. But after my 7 months, I started it because I wanted to this be a normal delivery. On 27 November, at around 1 a.m., I started feeling pain. I wasn't sure if this is a labor pain or this is just a false labor. But we thought of visiting the hospital and check if the doctor says to stay back, I would, or else I would come home. They checked, they asked me to stay for a night, and in the morning, my doctor, my gynaec, she visited. She said that the water is not yet broken, so she did that, and let's wait for an hour or so and see what happens if the labor pains are increasing or not. But at around 12 a.m. still I wasn't feeling labor pains, so she said let's induce the pain and let's see what happens next. Initially for about 30 minutes I was fine, but after 30 minutes the pain was not at all bearable for me. And still I said, okay, let's see, let's wait for it. The baby position was correct, but the baby was not at all moving. after 2 hours of this pain, my doctor again, she visited me and she said that I could see you are not at all in a position to wait more. The energy is completely drained out and the baby is not at all moving down. So let's go for a C-section. So I was disheartened a bit, but I was continuously chanting Motyai and Dad's name, and I was sure that whatever happens will be the best for me and my baby. So I said, let's go for the C-section now. I signed on the paper. Within just 2 minutes, they just shifted me from my room to the operation theatre, and the anesthetist was ready to give me the anesthesia. But my doctor said, let's just check once if the baby is crowning. And they checked, and the baby had descended down. The position which doctor was expecting was there. And she immediately went out, informed my family that we are delivering it normally. We do not need a C-section now because the baby is crowning now. Within just 5 to 10 minutes, they used vacuum, but I delivered a healthy baby normally without doing a C-section, and this was a surprise for the doctors, for the nurses as well, that the baby was a bit high on the position than as required. But within just 2 minutes from the room to the operation theatre, the baby descended down, and I delivered the baby, a healthy baby, a baby girl. We all were expecting a baby girl, and yes, we got a baby girl as well from Motyai and Bapu's days. So I would just say, as Bapu said in Matru Vatsalya Upanishad, मोठ्याई आणि चंडिका कुलावरती आपण विश्वास ठेवून भक्ती आणि प्रयास चालू ठेवले तर मोठ्याई आणि चंडिका कुल आपल्या बरोबर असतातच आणि ते आपल्याला हवं आपली इच्छा पूर्ण करणारच. हा विश्वास असायला हवा. हरिओम श्रीराम.